Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let me grab a quick sip of my soda. I should have done this before starting. Okay, good to go. Yeah, I've been poking around a little bit, trying to get organized and plan ahead here. But a couple things have changed. So we got a lot of ion cannons that are ready to fire. I noticed that they are not firing anymore, which is good because then they're not annoying the crap out of me with the whole ion cannon ready to fire, blah, blah, blah. There should be a little button on here to just like disable sound. Let's keep that one compact and open for a moment. And let's go and like put some more ion cannon scanner things at the ends of the base. The ion cannon targeting device. And the auto targeting. Use this device. Designated target. Okay. Let's go find. I think I put the other one was like up here somewhere. Right? It was up near the edge of the base? Yes. It seems to have a speed. Just out of curiosity, if I put a beacon down, would that thing get affected? I doubt it, but no. Power seems to be good again now that we're doing that stuff. I think I don't really know what the range on it is. And then they do take a little bit of power, but we've got the solar to deal with it now. And you remember a long time ago when I put that little radar station out there? Look at that old guy, Mark III. Mark III radar, Anthony. This is a regular radar. They look very similar.
Ion cannon ready.
Gosh darn, totally the same. Let's leave this thing fully open and let's see how many of these things fire as I continue to add more auto-targeting stations to the peripheral locations of the base. Great thing about orbital ion cannons, if I understand them properly, is that once they're in orbit, they can fire anywhere. Yay! I believe that sound effect is them firing. Yep, they're firing like crazy. That appears to be the auto-targeting scanner right there, cycling through. Wow, they're targeting way over there. Okay, well, hey, I'm gonna put just a bunch of these things. The sound effect does annoy me a little bit, but I'd rather that they fire, I'm no longer fast enough to run through walls, sadly. Look at the concrete is what it's called. The concrete mod doing its job. I like it.
Ion cannon ready.
Okay. One other change, which the astute observer may have noticed, is that I've installed another mod. As per always, right? I was thinking about it a lot and realized that I don't see the point in not being able to control the fluid. And I have played with it a little bit, and I don't know how I've never actually used this mod before and not decided that it's perfect and I should have it always. But there's this little R here. There's a double recipe now for every fluid, anything that's related to fluids, and it automatically works with like every mod. It's got tons and tons of compatibility, I guess you could call it, just built in. So it does kind of there's a lot more recipes, but they let you control which side this stuff comes out on. Here you can see input carbon dioxide and the input ammonia gas. That part stays the same, but the products, you can see it goes water and then the urea, and then here it goes urea and then water. And so this is what it would look like here's what it looked like before, right? We had to do some like pipe finagling. We had the compressed air, oxygen on the top, nitrogen on the bottom. And then over here, we needed the nitrogen on the top, oxygen on the bottom, and then we got our output. But now we can do a couple different ways. I can either reverse this one, and then they line up. You can see nitrogen to nitrogen, oxygen to oxygen. Or I could do reverse this one, and then it's oxygen to oxygen, nitrogen to nitrogen. So you just reverse whichever one you need to make it not suck. And it's great. So let's get to work on making this little modular thing here. Number of ion cannons in orbit, 22. Number ready to fire, 0. Let me know. I'm gonna leave this one open for this episode. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see these things all the time, or if it's too much. If there's too much stuff up there, let me know, and we can close them. I mean, we're gonna know when they're firing just because it got the obnoxious lady talking all the time. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Now that we have this, I'm gearing up then to set up a thing that's just gonna craft directly. And here's where it'd be cool is if there was a key binding. Oh my gosh. Nextla, fix. I want a button so that if I press like Alt R. What? Click this button with a blueprint or book. Oh, right. Alt R is how I rotate blueprints. Okay. So like that's actually a perfect example. With the blueprint mod, I have the ability to Alt R, which reverses it 180 degrees and like does the, instead of just rotating it by 90 degrees like this, it reverses it completely. It flips it, so you can create mirrored blueprints. How cool would it be, Nextla, if with the gosh darn it water, or gah darn it water mod, you could just like press a button and it would automatically find the paired recipe and just flip it. So you didn't even have to go look it up, and you could even make it so that you don't even have to have all these recipes in here. You could just literally just press one button and make it flip the recipe outputs. That'd be awesome. And these, I mean, obviously these recipes need to exist, otherwise you can't do it, but you could hide them. They don't need to be shown. I mean, you could just leave them there. That'd be fine. I mean, whatever. But I'm going to reverse this one, which is the nitric acid.
Ion cannon ready.
The reason for that is I'm planning on trying to line these up.
Cannon ready. Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready.
Could do something like that.
Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready.
That sound effect, man. Holy crap.
Ion cannon ready.
Not quite as compact as I'd like. But I've got to have room for both inputs here. So what if we, don't want to go too far because I do need the water, but what if we do this and we go ahead and pipe this? I'm trying to avoid pipe as much as possible because I think that it is a bottleneck for me. Also, still don't understand. Okay. Looks like that may have been fixed. I don't remember which machine it was. Maybe it was the flare stack. There's something that is... Yeah, it was fixed. Excellent. So it's no longer trying to flare stack or clarify my modules. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad that it's not trying to clarify my modules. That would be bad.
Ion cannon ready.
This is the reversed nitric acid. And then this one needs to be whatever it is, nitrogen dioxide gas reversed. No, it's not reversed. It's just the nitrogen dioxide gas. No, it was reversed. Ah, buttons. I don't even know what buttons I accidentally pressed, but I've opened up a bunch of interfaces and stuff now. Well, it's very little pipe here. It's not a square, which would be, I think, perfect, but... Oh, and then, yes. Okay, let's not worry about the actual squareness of it. I mean, I could try, but we have infinite space, so let's just not worry about it. I tried using this Hellmod thing. I was messing with Hellmod quite a bit between the episodes, and I got this far in, and then I gave up. And there's only one reason why I gave up, and that's because when I was trying to modify the recipe for things like this, one of the mods that I have is called, it's the Bob's Mods Enable Productivity toggle that allows you to use productivity in machines that are not allowed. And yet, in Hellmod, it doesn't account for that, and it's not letting me say that my hydro plants have productivity modules in them because unknown key item dash limitation. So that's where I gave up, because it's like, well, I'm gonna use these. I don't want to know what the recipe would be without them because it could make the math weird, and so I just gave up. Yeah, so that's about it. But this is going to create the compressed air is going to go into there. It's going to make this. Now we need to check and see which one are we going to have too much of. We make 5 and 5, which then gets consumed. More nitrogen is going to be needed. We need to burn off some oxygen. So this is actually not quite going to work. I need to stop doing that. To keep the darn recipes here. This is my visual for the order of the machines that we need. Won't work.
Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready.
I guess I'll just have to have one space right there.
Ion
Okay.
cannon ready. Ion cannon ready.
And then we'll put a flare stack right there.
Ion cannon ready.
I wonder if that's going to work. You know, suppose that well, let's just run it and we'll find out.
Cannon ready.
If we run it and we find that we are not getting this guy to run nonstop, then clearly there's a problem and it needs to be solved, and that sound effect is nuts. Kind of cracks me up, honestly.
Ion cannon ready.
Okay, let's get some water over here. Okay, not gonna worry about beacons just yet. So you're gonna run, you're making my purified water. Purified water is only used for this part here. We are making the nitric acid.
Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon charging.
Okay.
Ion cannon ready.
The issue is that we are outside of the network, I believe. Okay, not enough nitric acid. It is being held up by a lack of oxygen, and yes, the flare stack is not going to work there. I think what I'll try doing... I tried at one point solving this fluid issue with the stuff by using 2 of Angel's things. I used the check valve, and then the non-return valve in order. It was the check valve, return valve. And I believe that worked because this guy has to get all the way up to 80 or 80% before the return valve is allowed to actually accept the fluid. Oh wait, only allows flow in one direction. That's not right. I need a non-return valve, overflow valve. So this guy's gonna be able to hold up to 100, and then this guy should only ever let any in if we somehow accidentally end up with way too much, except that it's totally not working. Have I done this backward? Am I consuming... I did it backward. Damn it. We're consuming more oxygen than nitrogen. I need to... Damn it! Okay, well, that's fine. We've got this fancy pants recipe. What was that? Reversed flamethrower ammo production. Interesting. Alright, so this was the air separation. Okay. I think it should work. And actually, the reason it was stopping before was that I had built it wrong. So let's tell you what, I'm just gonna create a blueprint of the whole damn thing. Just duplicate it up here.
Ion cannon ready.
And see if I even need to have it set up that way, or if it will just work
Ion
anyway.
cannon ready.
It did just flare some, but I'm hoping that this guy is going to get plenty of
Ion
nitrogen
cannon
gas,
ready.
because he's the straight output. No, it does not work.
Ion cannon
Okay.
ready.
I am glad that I didn't try it on the other one.
Ion cannon ready. Ion
Oh, that's
cannon
interesting.
ready.
Never mind, it doesn't work this way either, because apparently the input side doesn't count if you do that.
Ion cannon charging.
What if we just use a regular pipe then? Okay, well,
Ion cannon ready.
ooh, I just had an idea. What if I did... If we modify this guy a little bit.
Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready.
Weird how it only placed it there. Concrete. I wonder how this mod actually calculates like where to add the concrete recipe. See, there it just did a whole bunch, but there it only did like 6 at first. Since I'm trying to make like an omni pump thing, what if I did this? As well. Okay, so when we're unloading a fluid, I want to go into the active provider because I don't want to keep the empty barrels sitting there because that could eventually block it out. But when we're... no, this is the loading side. When we're loading the pump, I want it to be this one. And when we're unloading the pump, which is going to be going that way, I want it to be this kind. We'll take a blueprint of that. The idea behind this is that... No, I need to make it a little bit different. I need it to be slightly different. I want it that. I want you... How cool would it be, bobbing about, if instead of having to use this interface, what if you could like press a button and then click on the tile that you want it to target, right? Like I could press my key, right? This one that opens this thing up, but instead of it opening that thing up, it just activates like the find function, and then you just click on the machine and it would just automatically click on the machine, or you click on the chest and it just automatically picks the angle that's the best. Right? Whether it's a 45-degree angle or a, I don't know, like a, I mean, technically speaking, if I did something like this, I can make the angle even smaller, right? Look at that angle. That's nuts. That's like really tiny. But I don't like when they look like that, so. But how cool would it be if it was automatic? Automation. Factorio. Why am I spending so much time in this? Because I'm playing Factorio.
Ion cannon ready.
Okay, I want like that, because now, regardless of whether it's a loading pump or an unloading pump,
Ion cannon ready.
Either way, I will just place it and then strip one side. And then the other side
Ion
will be done.
cannon ready.
Ah, shoot. That pump thing should automatically have raw speed in it.
Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready.
That way, I won't ever accidentally put in productivity and
Ion
feel super
cannon
cheaty.
ready. Ion cannon ready.
And actually, we can take it one step further, which is to say
Ion
that
cannon ready.
these should automatically request.
Ion cannon ready.
Let's see. It's this side that requests empties. Now I want to request like 200, like a sizable amount. And this side is not something that I can automate because it depends on what we're trying to build. I like it. I feel like progress has been made. Okay, so how are you doing overall? Like, what's the shortfall? Nitric acid production needs to be higher. It looks like it's just that we need either to beacon the whole thing or to check the ratios here.
Ion cannon ready.
Okay, I get 10 nitrogen dioxide gas every 2 seconds.
Ion cannon ready.
You're consuming 10 every 2 to make the nitric acid, so that ratio looks fine. So it is just a speed thing. Like,
Ion cannon charging.
He's running full bore. Does it ever make sense to make more of this, or to just add more beacons? I mean, technically, until we get to the actual crafting, like, cap... I suppose it's probably better just to use a beacon, right? Because a beacon's 480 kilowatts. That might be the only argument, is that it might be more energy efficient to... No, I can't really imagine it being more energy efficient. Purified water production is the shortfall now. And it's because we've capped out the pump. Can I use more than one? Yeah, that makes a difference. What if I get rid of the pipe? What if we get it closer to the water? Now it sounds at least similar to the way that it sounded before I added the second pump. We got yellow and green. Yellow is supposed to be an indicator that we are capped on the output side. Well, we're clearly no longer low on purified water. Was it the third that I needed, or just the second? These don't even take power, but I'd still like to... I don't know. Just keep it simpler. Without the third, we are slowly running out of purified water. Or are we not? Maybe not. Looks like 2 is plenty. Okay, well then, for the sake of making it pretty, let's move this down by 1. Because that's so much prettier, right?
Ion cannon ready.
Ideally, this one would be totally full. But
Ion cannon
these two are ratioed together.
Ion cannon ready.
I think I'm going to go one step further and put an actual storage tank here. I don't know, I just don't trust that this thing is running the way that I want it to.
Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon ready. Ion cannon charging. Ion cannon
Darn it.
ready. Ion cannon ready.
Well, in this case, I think it should work
Ion
just
cannon
fine.
ready.
I think we're getting some pretty damn good nitric acid production. Does it show nitric acid, I wonder? Can't search, there's no filter for this to see what the number is. I can see where it's being barreled up, but... What? Holy crap, production of empty barrels is 87,000 in the last 10 minutes. I'm assuming that's not actual, like, crafting of them, that's just they're being used in that many heavy pumps around the around the base, but... I wonder if the math needs to be checked on here as well. Alright, well I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna do a little bit more behind the scenes math, and we'll come back and hopefully have a slightly even further improved setup, and we can go back and check to see why lab research speed 16 has stopped. I don't know. Probably some reason for it. Some recipe change, perhaps. So, alright, I'll see you again in the next episode though. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.